Okay, so we are moving to the next lecture, that is lecture number 2, DBMS Architecture. So the first topic is our view of data through schema architecture. So let me explain you this topic in a simple manner. DBMS. We all know DBMS is very complicated because there are a lot of attributes, functions, and there are a lot of relationships and other things. But whatever user want just simple functionalities. Okay, some simple functions he just wants. Okay, he just want two three functions or maybe for five. Okay, so he is interested in these functions, he is not interested in all the DBMS related information. So we have to hide this detail and make it simple for users point of view. Okay, so in order to make it simple and hide the irrelevant information from users point of view, are called view of data or abstraction. Okay, so system hides certain detail of how data is stored and maintained. This is the major purpose of our DBMS and view of data. Okay, so this is our first point. Now the second point says several level of abstraction. There are several level of abstractions. Number one level is physical level. Number two is logical level. And there are other name of physical level is internal level. Logical level is conceptual level. View level is external level. Okay, I will explain you one by one. First of all is physical level. What is physical level? A lowest level of abstraction and how the data are stored. Physical level, just move over there, you will see there. uh, Look at that. Okay, so level 1, level 2 and level 3. Okay, we can say is view level, logical level and physical level. Okay, physical level, what is the meaning of physical level? Physical level means there is abstraction at very low amount. Okay, abstraction is very low. Abstraction is very low because it is internally connected with DBMS and it is closest to the DBMS as compared to the other two level. Okay, so abstraction is very low. Okay, abstraction is very low. And the second thing is it shows how data is stored. How data is stored. How data is stored. Like first data is stored there and second is there, third is there. This type of things is the information of this kind of things having internal level. Internal level have all the information about it. Okay, so this is our physical level. Now talk about logical level. So logical levels sees how our data is related to each other and what data is stored. Okay, these are the things that our logical level uh, guaranteed. Okay, now our view level is very simple, it is also called user level. Okay, user level schema. Our user stand over there and our admin means DBA, database administrator, very sorry, database administrator, he stands there. Okay, and our user stand there. Okay, now admin guaranteed what relation is there and how data is related to each other. Okay, this kind of things admin guaranteed. And user, what user thinks and what user want is he doesn't interested in this kind of things. Okay, he just want the functionalities, he just interested in some functionalities. So this is kind of things is our view level schema. You can read over there. Low level of abstraction, how data is stored, this is our physical level. Low level of abstraction and how data is stored is our physical level. Now second is DBA stand there, DBA means database administrator. Logical level, what data are stored, and what relation exists among those data, and how is there, how the data is stored is there, but what are the data are stored is there is logical level. Okay, now view level is very simple, highest level of abstraction, aim to simplify user and users. Okay, security is very high. Okay, you all know highest level of abstraction is there in view level, and so security is very high over here. Okay, so our user and user we can say stand there. Now the second thing is instance and schemas. This is the two terms that interviewer may ask you. Instances and schemas, the collection of information stored in the DB at a particular moment is called instance of DB. So it is very simple. The collection of information stored in DB. Collection of information stored in DB. So like suppose these are our informations, this type of our informations, and it is the collection. Okay, so we have collected this all the information and it is stored in our DB. This is our DB. This is our information. So collection of information in the DB at a particular instance. So at a particular moment is called our instance. So it is our one instance. What is this? This is an instance. This overall thing is instance. Okay, this overall thing is instance. The information that is in the DB is our instance at a particular moment. Okay, got it the point? Now the second thing is schema. Schema is more simple, you can say. The overall design of the DB. Okay, how our DBMS, you can say DB database, our database, how it is designed. Okay, like there are 3 column and 3 row. This is our one design one. Okay, there are also possibility like there are some more rows and this kind of columns. This is our second type of things. Okay, so there are a lot of possibilities of designing of DB, but overall thing is design of DB is called our schema. Schema is like a blueprint, or you can say structure. Okay, architecture, you can say. This is the thing. Now our schema is nothing but structure or blueprint, or you can say design of DB. It is of three type. One is physical, logical, and view schema. These are the three things. Physical level, as we have already studied. Physical, logical, and view schemas. These are the three things. You can more study it there. So in simple words, I will explain you. Physical schema means it is present in the physical level. Logical level schema present at logical level. View schema present at view level. So the structure at physical level, the structure or design at physical level is called physical schema. The design of DB at its logical level is called logical schema. The design of the DB at view level it's called view schema. This is the things. Very simple. Got it? Now the third thing, fourth thing, and fifth thing is first, third, data models. What is data model? So if someone asks you what is data model, so you have to answer data model provides a way to describe the design of DB. So before data model, what we have studied about logical, we can say schemas. Okay, schema is design of DB. Design of DB. Design of DB. Design of DB is our schema. Okay, so a way to describe. Design means design, describe means describe. Describe means our describe is related to our data model. Data model describe the design of DB. You can say describe the schema. Describe the schema is data model. Okay, data model describe the our schema, you can say. Okay, at a logical level. Where? At a logical level. Okay, okay, logical level, because data models are related to DB. DB means database administrator, because data model is important. What are the data stored, what are the relation among the attributes or the elements. Okay, this kind of things are totally managed by our DB. Okay, so in order to make it simple, we have data models. Okay, so there are examples like ER model, relational model, object oriented model, object related models. These are the examples of our DB models. Data relationship, data semantics, consistency constraints. These are the things. Okay. Now the fourth point is our fourth topic is our database language. Okay, so database language is not just like this. Okay, this is not the full information of database language. We have some separate slides of SQL commands and DDL, DML, DCL, DQL data languages. So we will study it in the next video. Before this, we will study it about how is database accessed from application program. Okay, so how is database accessed from application program? If I asked you how is database accessed from application, you have an application and this application your app, and there is database DB. Okay, now the question is how you access this data. Now the simple answer is interact with DB. Just interact our app with DB. Okay, this is one possibility. Now the second thing is API. 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 Okay, so APIs like JDBC or DBC are connectivities provide the API. API is provided to send DML DDL statement to DB and retrieve the result. Okay, this is the second thing. So this was creating the API and interact this app with APIs or implement these APIs. They will connect with DB. Okay, so this comes under our DBMS. Got it the point. So our app connect, there is a DBMS. Okay, there is our DBMS, and with the help of this kind of things we can connect our app with our DB. Okay, so this is the thing that how is data accessed from application program. Okay, so this is it. Now the sixth point is database administrator. So I have already taught you that database administrator is a person who has central control of both the data and program that access from the those data, and it stand over logical level. Okay, so now the second point is our functions of DBA. So DBA have several functions: schema definition, stored storage structure and access methods, schema and physical organization modification, authorization control very important, routine maintenance, periodic backup, security patches, any updates. Okay, so schema definitions is one of the important thing. Authorization control is important. Storage structure and access method, this is also important. Okay, so this is it about DBA. Now move to the next topic, that is our DBMS application architecture. So it is very simple. DBMS application architecture. Got the point? DBMS application architecture. So there are three type of architecture: T1, Tier 1, T2, T3. Okay. So very simple thing is that Tier 1 or T1 architecture is means, suppose this is our and our PC, or we can say our machine. So client means you, server and DB. These all are present on the same machine, at same machine. So it is called T1 because there is only single machine, and client, server, DB all are present over there. Got it? Now T2. T2 means there are two separate machines. One is client machine, and which invokes DB system function at a server and through the query languages. Like first of all, you have to understand that there are two machines. Okay, client is there and server system is there. Okay, so in order to make the connection, there are APIs stand like ODBC and JDBC, Java database connectivity, like this. Okay, so this is it about tier 2. Now tier 3 is there are three machines. Let me explain you there: user, application client, and application server. You will see there if you are interested in this. This is our database system. Okay, database system. Now you can say this is our DBMS application server that is connected with this. Now that is application client. There is our user interact with application client interact with application server. Okay, so there are three levels. How many levels? There are three levels: user, application client, and application server. And the last one is DB system. Okay, so DB system is very common between all. That is it. Okay, if you want to learn about more, you can read it. Application is partitions into three logical components. Client machine does not contain any direct DB call. Client machine communicate with app server. App server communicate with DB systems to access the data. Okay, so this is it. This is our tier 3 architecture. There are client machine, app server, and app server after that DB system. Client machine, app server, and DB system. Okay, so this is it.